We're at Santa Pod's FIA-FIM European Finals for Round 5 of the 2016 MSA British Drag Racing Championship, featuring the Pro Mods. With 19 cars entered and just 16 elimination spots available, competition will be fierce, with many teams stepping up over the last few rounds.
Yes, we had a great result in Hockheim. After the Mopars, we made the car lighter. We were 20 pounds over, and now we 10 pounds under. So we did our best. Work hard, and so be it. As the weather stays good, the car stays good. I hope the same times, maybe 6:09. I hope, but we'll see what's happening.
It was a good meeting at the Mopars. We had some good runs. We're still fighting a bit of engine damage, but we're managing the situation. So we're going to try and push a bit more this weekend. See how we get on. Yeah, we got to the final last year, which was a brilliant day. Hopefully, we can do the same this year.
An Andy Robinson car looking a little bare at the start of the weekend.
We're changing the rear tyres, putting new tyres on for this weekend, and tidy up some of the wiring. A couple of sensors weren't working very well, so Luke's been working on those to make sure we got our suspension sensors working properly. So it's just pure maintenance. We've got time to do it, so we're doing it.
So we head into the first of 4 scheduled qualifying sessions spread over the Friday and Saturday before the all-important Sunday eliminations. And a special thanks to Eurodragster for the tower footage here. So 2 UK guys out first of all. That's Wayne Nicholson with the Emax 63 split window Corvette. Going to be on his own though, unfortunately. Mick Payne gets shut off. Wayne Nicholson and the team have been making big improvements, a lot of steps in the right direction, and that's another one. Opens his account with the 683.206, which might just be enough to qualify. Roger Moore, we heard from earlier there in the Viper, going alongside Marco Marioschat from Germany. Marco, his first outing of the season here at Santa Pod with that beautiful 53 Corvette. Now Marco can run very, very low sixes, but he's got a completely new combination in there. Going to take a little bit of time to get a handle on it. Still a good side-by-side run for both of them though. Marco goes 6:47, 2:18. Nice run for Roger, 6:53. Andy Robinson, I can only think he's breaking in a new set of tyres. Either that or he just likes Friday morning burnouts. He's in the Tangoed Camaro, near lane, alongside Marcus Hiltz from Switzerland. Now Marcus didn't qualify back at the main event. Hoping to do a little better this weekend. He's run down in the 6.2s, but nowhere near that so far this season. Well, a little bit of shake for both of them and on and off the throttle, but Andy Robinson way out there in front. Goes 6.20, 231, 683 for Marcus. Just a tick behind Wayne. Bert Englefield and Kev Slyfield, 2 cars and teams, been making some big steps in the right direction this summer. Bert went 6.20 at the last round at the Mopars. Looking for that all-elusive 6.1. Kev Slyfield desperately trying to get in the 6.2s to keep pace with everybody else that's improving. 2 very strong runs. Kev with a PB at 6.31, 6.41 for Bert. And you can just see from the reaction, the team is slightly happy about that. Also great to see that man back as well. Jean Delemont from the southwest of France had a tremendous engine explosion back at the main event. That put him out for most of the season until now. He's got it back together again. Taking on Michel Turenne with the Pro Dutch car. Still in his rookie season, doing fabulously well. Big red light for Michel. Doesn't matter at all. It's all about elapsed time. He's number 1 so far with the 6.19, 2.32. Jean goes 6.46. Well, the man who never wanted to leave Hockenheim, that's Mark Hartveld. He nearly got the FIA round win down there, got all the way to the final, ran in the 6.1s on race day, taking on Norbert Kuno in the Lucas Oil Avenger. Let's see if Mark can do the same kind of thing at Santa Pod. Looks like no trouble at all for both of them actually. Mark Hartveld 6.18, 2.26, 6.30 for Norbert. David Vegter with another one of those half-hour on-the-throttle burnouts. breaking in the engine, I think, to be honest with you. Taking on Thomas Stiefel from Switzerland. Thomas has been on tour all summer, done very, very well with a 57 Chevy that was built by Andy Robinson. Both of these cars tuned by Adam Flamock, but the quickest of the two in that session was with a 620. Thomas, 650. Little off pace for Dave Venk today. Max Ericsson with the Green Goblin. Looking for a 5 maybe? Not quite. 605, 236. Still very good to open his account though. And the European round wouldn't be the same without Bruno Barda and Mickey Gallquist duking it out in qualifying. Bruno won the main event back in May with some terrific elapsed times, great driving, and he beat Mickey G in the final as well. Now this is all about the MSA Championship, but obviously the European Championship is on the line as well. These two are neck and neck for that. Let's see what they can do here. Little bit of tyre shake, but all the way through. Mickey goes to number one with a 602, 238, 612 for Bruno. Just a fabulous qualifying session. Every car in the sixes. And moving quickly on to qualifying session 2, a few notable runs here. The first outing the weekend for Johan Lindberg in the old 51. And this great side-by-side run with Roger Moore. 6 flat overtakes Mickey Gallquist for the number 1 position at the moment. Wayne Nicholson puts another solid run in here, but Mick Payne again with problems and towed back to the pits. He's not qualified at present. Nice consistent run from Wayne. The ever-improving Bert Englefield and Kev Slyfield. Kev off the power this time. Trying to improve. Bert this time goes 628 to 24. Andy Robinson here really needs to get down in the 16s or even the 6-0s if he's to challenge the Swedes that are here this weekend. Alongside Norbert Kuno. Norbert with big tyre shake. Let's see what Andy can do. 613, 229. Still a little off his actual usual pace. So, Mickey Gallquist and Bruno Barda. Like I said earlier, head-to-head for the European Championship this weekend. Max Ericsson and Johan Lindberg aren't too far behind as well. Shake for Bruno that time around. No mistake at all for Mickey G. Goes to number 1 again. 591, 242, 606 for Bruno Barda. Unfortunately, we awoke on Saturday morning to wall-to-wall rain. The track crew worked on the track, the drivers worked on their cars, and while we waited for sun, we caught some words from a few of the drivers.
Yeah, we had a really good run. First run out yesterday morning, PB again for 6:31. Yeah, very pleased with it, but there was such a big headwind at the top end, we just couldn't get the mile an hour, so the mile an hour was down. It could have been a lot better.
Yeah, there was the problem was we should know that it should be rain today, so we thought we had two chances yesterday, so we wanted to get down the track there safely. But our first session was 6:05, and Gulqvist was number 1 on 6:02, so we was really pleased with that. But the next session we back off a little because we misjudged the track. The track was better than we thought, so it was a little slower. But we are number 3 qualifying. We were really pleased with that.
But it wasn't to be, and no racing took place on the Saturday. So the qualifying table stood as it did at the end of Friday, with Mickey Gallquist in the number 1 position.
Second round was, we started out with a 602 and then 591. So normally we try to go out very hard, and we have a few runs to do it, but this weather forecast this weekend was telling us to go soft. I mean, we need to go rounds, and we need to not make any mistakes. That's the most important part.
So here are the pairings for round 1 elimination. And as hoped for, Sunday dawned bright and sunny. And with all that free time yesterday, just a few last minute preparations to make to the cars and time to chill out before some racing. Well, the European Finals features all the top classes, including Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock and Top Fuel Bike. So the track is going to be very good with all that rubber being laid down, so expect to see records falling. So we're on to round 1 eliminations. Absolutely nail-biting stuff. Always first thing on a Sunday morning at the big FIA events. And the first pair, two guys quite high up the table in the MSA points. Michel Turenne with a Pro Dutch Cuda, and Bert Englefield, who leaves him for dead on the start line. But Michel on a storming run in the far lane and just gets Bert by half a car length with his quickest ever elapsed time, 6:002. 140 miles an hour. Bert bows out with a nice try at 6:28. See again in replay. Bert was away much quicker than Michel, but the power of that Cuda took it to the finish line. Thomas Stiefel taking on Norbert Kuno with the Lucas Oil Avenger. Norbert went 6.30 in qualifying. Thomas down in the 6.1s, pretty much where he normally is. He's been in the 6.0s before. The track, the weather, everything is pretty much perfect here. One of the best race days we've ever seen at Santa Pod. Thomas away first, but big tyre shake before 60 foot puts him out. Norbert, no mistakes at all. 6:30 again at 227 miles an hour. Kev Slyfield takes on one of the stars of the moment, Mark Hartveld, with the Voodoo Hemi. Mark went 6:18 in qualifying, not so good on the second run. He's now actually put the car up for sale because he's got a newer, slimmer, and he hopes faster car coming for 2017. So, Mark Hartveld spins the tyres off the start line. Kev Slyfield with no mistake whatsoever in the T-Bird once again, 6:33, 2:21, consistently in the low 6.3s. Andy Robinson going to be taking on Marco Mariochat with that 53 Corvette. Marco has the potential and everything in the car to run in the very low 6s, even into the 5s. Just needs to get the combination nailed down. Same as Andy Robinson. He's been in the 5.9s with this car. Looking for big things here on this run. Well, Marco trees Andy Robinson, but problems for Marco, about 100 foot out. Andy storms on through to a 6.25, 2.25, 7.01, lose out for Marco. These two have raced each other a number of times throughout the years, let alone in 2016. David Vegter from the Netherlands taking on Bruno Baarder. Now Bruno has, like I said, FIA Championship aspirations here this weekend. And he's got to beat Dave here if he wants to keep going. But David Vegter would like nothing more than to take out Bruno. Bruno with a car length past the start line. Just over a car length at the finish line as well. 6:02 takes out a real good 6.09 for Dave. Next up, Max Eriksson. Another guy in the hunt for the FIA crown with the Green Goblin, taking on Jean Dullemont. Great to see Jean back. And back in the 6s as well. Nitrous car in the near lane. Supercharged Crown Victoria far side, which is actually train length. Jean Dullemont. Mats goes 6.03 at 2.36. John bows out with a 6.93. Roger Moore next up to take on Johan Lindberg. Johan won the FIA race down in Hockenheim in Germany this summer. Down in the 6.0s, the occasional 5.9 as well from that car this summer. Roger's best in the 6.3s, and he seems to be getting his engine trouble sorted out until that run, unfortunately. Flash of flame past 60 foot. No mistake for Johan Lindberg, 6.01, 238. So Mickey Gilchrist has seen all his main championship rivals for the FIA series move on through. Can he do the same against the number 16 qualifier, Marcus Hill? Unfortunately, Wayne Nicholson and the Emacs team didn't quite make the show. Even they put down 2 great 6-second, very consistent runs. Red light for Marcus Hill and a pedal as well at 60 foot. Mickey Gilchrist, no mistake whatsoever. 6:05.242. Marcus bows out with a lot of smoke and a 6:49. Well, it looks like frantic activity in Andy Robinson's pit, but much calmer in a few of the others.
So far, the car seems to work good. My team, they usually make the car go fast every time. It's a good team and a good car, so it's going to be a tight race now. So, but you know, anything can happen. You can get a red light. You can get the car can't start. So anything can happen.
Yep, we're all good. We had an oil leak from the inlet manifold where it seals onto the block, so we've sorted that now. So yeah, we're good to go for next round. Max Ericsson next round, which should be interesting. He's run some good numbers this weekend. 6-0, I think, in the last one. If he makes a mistake, then it's ours to be had.
Time together for round 2 then, but unfortunately there's no sign of Andy Robinson down there. Huge crowd on hand as well this weekend. The European Finals draws about the best race day crowd anywhere in Europe at first pair. Michel Turenne taking on Mickey Gilchrist. Now, unbelievably, I say unbelievably because he's the defending European champion and was number 1 qualifier, Mickey Gilchrist didn't have lane choice coming into this race. That belongs to Michel Turenne. But unfortunately for Michel, lots of tyre shake off the start line. Mickey blasts through with the first 580 of the weekend. 589, 239 miles an hour. Okay, well, this should have been the race between Bruno Barder and Andy Robinson. Andy nowhere to be seen, unfortunately. Bruno still runs it on through to a 6:02.230. He's not in the 5s yet. Okay, Johan Lindberg, we just heard from him there with the old 51 team against Dr. Norbert Kuno. Norbert stuck in the 6.3s this weekend. He has been 6.0s before, though, with the Lucas Oil Avenger. Perfectly capable. But a big hole shot on Johan Lindberg, who had his hands full trying to reel in the old 51 from getting over the centre line. 6.08 at 2.25, though. He moves on. Mats Eriksson taking on Kev Slyfield. This could be a great race. Kev and the team so close to that elusive 6.2 they've been looking for about the last year and a half. Taking on Mats Eriksson, who's been solidly in the 6.0s. Well, Kev actually away first, and they're side by side at the 8th mile. Mats Eriksson, though, pulls away in the last half of the racetrack. Kev with some big engine damage by the looks of it. He also deep staged, so that 6.31 could have been the 6.2 he was looking for. Mats Eriksson with a 6.04 win. So, what happened to Andy Robinson?
We've had a Lenco issue when it blew through the Lenco. Unfortunately, it looks like we've dropped a lifter, so we're just evaluating and stripping everything down now. But we got pistons and we got heads, so that's not so much the issue. The issue is the cam and the lifters. It's a bit frustrating. The lads are working really hard as normal, but yeah, it's a bit frustrating.
So, as we wait for the semis, there's plenty for the fans to see and do around the site, including a visit from the Lancaster Bomber. So, semi-finals time, and this is the big one in the FIA Championship. Mickey Gilchrist taking on Bruno Barder. Very simple. If Mickey wins this one, he's European champ again. If Bruno wins it, it moves on to the final. No mistake for both of them off the start line, though. Tyre shake for Bruno, reels it in expertly, but Mickey is long gone to another 590, 243. Now Mats Eriksson's on his own here. because unfortunately Johan Lindberg had engine trouble after that second round win. Mats goes through with a 6:02 at 2:35. So, time for the final then.
Yeah, we're gonna try to repeat.
Yeah, we'll see. Gulkvist is fast this weekend. We have an old engine, but we are consistent all the time, and everything can happen in drag racing. So we're going to do what we should do, and I think Gulkvist is also doing what he should do. So it's going to be very, very interesting.
Interesting, fun, and a good race as well. These two squared off for the FIA Championship in the semi-finals of this event last year. Now Mickey can actually race with no pressure. He's won the championship, now he wants to go out on a high and win the race. Mats Eriksson had a horrible last few weeks actually. Blew an engine up in Hockenheim, blew one up in Tier. He's come here with, like he said, an old engine. Not his best stuff, but still been consistently in the 6.0s all weekend. Mickey, though, been in the 5.9s and occasionally the 5.8s as well with that Camaro. That's not really a gap Mats can make up on the start line. And as they're away dead even together, Mickey pulls away one more time to low ET of the weekend, 588, 243 miles an hour. Fabulous weekend for him and the team. Getting his trophy from John Price late on Sunday evening. Him and Mats had a great weekend.
Yeah, we had a great day today, and it was like crazy. We were nervous. I was really nervous from the beginning of the day, and every round was really nervous. And but we made it, and it was just a matter of not making a mistake, and we limited the amount of mistakes today, and that sealed the deal.
So 1 round to go, and with Bert going out 1 round before Andy, that puts Andy Robinson in a good position. So join us next time for the final round of 2016 at the National Finals here at Santa Pod.